What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Crypto with Leo YouTube video. Today, we're going to talk through a topic that has been circulating a lot recently all over, Crypto, YouTube as well. Everyone talking about their favorite Web 3.0 projects. Now, what I do want to do for you guys is actually just simply explain what it is today. And of course, in future videos, I'm going to dive into my favorite Web 3.0 projects, go into it in more detail and the future that I do think this has, because like other markets within the crypto space, and I'm talking like NFTs, and of course Web 3.0, one of them. I believe these markets do have the potential to, almost go on their own path in the route to adoption. And reasons being, NFTs can be utilized by these huge companies. For example, we saw Warner Bros. Do it last week for marketing. And they did that with the Matrix movie. Just like Web 3.0, I can see it becoming a trend. It's easily accessible. GameFi is good. Play to earn gaming is good. However, it is not as accessible as people want it to be right now. Literally, Web 3.0 is completely accessible. You download a decentralized browser and you get paid to use it. However, that is a project I'm going to run through with you guys in the next video. Now, of course, as I said, I'm going to be making future videos on this topic before I simply explain it. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel, guys. Like this video and comment any video ideas you do have. Of course, I want to make this an interactive channel and as helpful for you guys as possible. So, of course, without further ado, let's get into everything you need to know about Web 3.0. Now, obviously, the first page, what is Web 3.0? I've been said the word about 10 times already in this video. It doesn't refer to one singular program, unlike what we have today, that being the internet, Web 2.0. It's unique because it is a multitude of them, all backed by cryptocurrencies. That is, of course, one of the key points. Now, the vision for the future of the internet is a place where people operate on decentralized platforms rather than depend on tech giants that we have today controlling the internet, like Google, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, Web 3.0 comparison, it's all fun and games, talking about the possibilities and the capabilities of Web 3.0, but how does it actually relate to what we have today? So Web 1.0, obviously, this was pretty much the, beginning of the internet, you could say. This refers to the first stage of the World Wide Web evolution. Personal web pages were very common. They were simply just literal web pages consisting mainly of static pages. They were typically non-interactive and just info dumps. And what this means is literally it was just a page of data. You could not interact with it. There were no buttons to click, etc. It was just reading data off of your screen. Now, of course, the evolution into Web 2.0. This refers to the second stage of development for the internet, characterized especially by the change from the static web pages to dynamic or user-generated content, and of course, the growth of social media. Now, this is where the tech giants really took control. They saw, the possibilities of how much the World Wide Web could grow, etc. And this is where they came in. Now I'm talking about the names like Facebook, Google, all these huge names came in and just centralized the internet, to put it plainly. However, they did it very well, and they now have amassed like huge wealths, guys. And this is the thing: if Web 3.0 goes the way I think it will, the possibilities are just as great as what we've seen, except obviously in a more, diversified way. This is, like I said, with Web 3.0, as you can see, it is a decentralized platform. It's just one for all, users take control. Whereas Web 2.0 is very much centralized by these huge bodies. Now, and this is what it says here, Web 3.0, this is a vision for the future of the internet in which people operate on decentralized platforms and in turn giving the power back to the people. Now, why am I saying giving the power back to the people? I'm going to get into that on the next slide, because Web 2.0, although great, and it saw huge evolution, and, you can, now knowing about Web 3.0 and decentralization, you can hate on it as much as you want, but it was always going to happen. Capitalism reigns in this world, and the world does, move forward through efficiency. And Web 2.0 was 10 times more efficient and offered, well, it was always going to go that way, put it that way. This technology didn't exist at that time. So Web 2.0, as great as it was massively centralized. And due to this comes with many, many issues. Now, how does Web 3.0 solve these issues? Well, before I go into that, we actually need to outline what these are. Now, the issues of Web 2.0 were the fact that they were fully centralized. There's no privacy because you're on platforms owned by these centralized companies, which means all they do is they can take your data. When you click on cookies, when you allow these pages to access your data, those terms and conditions literally allow them to go and sell that data to a third party and just advertise to you. Now, do you see any benefit from that? No, you don't. If anything, it just causes issues for you. You got to go and delete these ads sometimes. This is the problem. It is lining these centralized companies' pockets. That is where their revenue comes from taking our data and then selling it to the highest bidder and lining their own pockets. Now, what do we see from that? Nothing but inconvenience. And of course, yes, we can use their platforms, which we do have today. So, credit where it's due, we do get to use these platforms. However, what does Web 3.0 that differs from that? Web 3.0 being decentralized and built on the blockchain is privacy by default. And this allows users to take control of their data instead of being robbed by these centralized platforms. And instead, on these decentralized Web 3.0 platforms, as I will get into in the next video, guys, so make sure you're subscribed because this project is easily one of the most bullish projects that I'm on in the Web 3.0 space. And I cannot wait to make an in-depth video because for me, getting into it this early, the possibilities are endless. And are rewarded for using them. And that's the beauty of Web 3.0 because it's decentralized, powered by the people, owned by the people. You are rewarded for using these platforms. Like instead of now your data gets taken and lined someone else's pocket, your data is now yours to own, and you can almost lease it out in a way and then get paid for leasing your data out so you can be advertised to. So suddenly your data is actually owned by you. And that's the beauty of Web 2.0. Now, I've really simply explained it there for you guys. I haven't been able to find a video out there that did do this. So I hope that covers any tracks. If you guys do have any questions, though, that you need answering, make sure to chuck them in the comments. I always try and reply to all my comments. So I hope you found this video enjoyable. By the way, guys, if you want to get all this content first and some of my favorite Web 3.0 projects first, make sure to join the Discord. The link is in the bio. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out.